Hey guys, welcome to another Flight Sim 2004 video. This will be the multi-screen setup. Um, as you can see, I got Flight Sim 2004 loaded. And this is going to be, because I had a lot of trouble with this is going to be for the multi-screen setup. And as you can see, I got both windows right there. Now I'm starting off my Flight Simulator 2004. Now there's two keywords and we'll discuss them when I go into it a little bit more. To remember when using multi screens for Flight Simulator 2004. Number one, undocking. Number two, and this is in the game, spot. So we'll go over that in detail. So what I'm gonna do is I started my Flight Simulator 2004. This is set for Seattle, Tacoma, the Cessna C172SP Skyhawk. So what we're going to do first, what you're going to do is you're going to load the game. And I don't know if you can see this, but you see in the corner? Alright, this is a window now. So it's already been undocked, but I will tell you how to undock, because you can't just undock it in the program. Once the game loads, you have to undock it, and the way to do that is you press Alt on your keyboard, Enter. Okay, so that's Alt Enter. Alright, so here we go. Now as you can see, once you have pressed Alt Enter, then you click Undock, and then you'll have this screen right here. And then you see it's got the close window, minimize window, and maximize window logo up there, and then the bar. That means your window's undocked, so that's good. But as you can see, we still have a blank window over here. So what we want to do is we want both windows to show something. So the first thing I'm gonna do is now we already talked about docking. Now we're going to talk about spotting. Now, if you know how to use the spot feature on your Flight Simulator 2004, it can be programmed in in a variety of different buttons. Mine is this one right here. Now you can see it. As you can see, when I pressed that button, since I programmed it, it changed to that view. Now that's not spotting. That's let me go back here. And that's not fine. That's just change the scenery. But as you can see, when I did that, it doesn't do anything to another window. What we want to do is have a separate window. We don't want to change the current view. So let's do spot now. So you're gonna do spot, and I think it's this button right there. There's my spot. See, my spot is programmed on the right of the yoke handle. Right here, but it can be wherever your spot button is programmed onto your yoke, or you can use your keyboard function. I don't know what the keyboard function is, but so now we have spot. Now that we have spot, what we can do is once you've undocked this window, you can also undock this window. So you just go over the picture, right click, and see if that's picking up. Alright, it's kind of blurry. Let me see if I can. Okay. It's still kind of blurry. Let me see if I can. Anyway, undock is right there. Undock window, right there. Aha! See? Now it's a window form. So now we can take this and drag it over here. Now this is kind of a hard way to do this. This is not the easiest method of doing this, but it's going to take some work. And just to let you guys know, once you load a flight, this doesn't save automatically. Every single time on Flight Simulator 2004 you do this, you have to change all these settings. Alright, so now you can see I've got the cockpit view. So what we want is the side cockpit view here. So this is obviously not the side cockpit view. This is the tower view. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to, there's the runway. You could use that, but what I like to use is the visual cockpit. This is this is good because this is a cockpit and this is a cockpit. So what you want to do now that you have this cockpit is you want to scan around just like that. Okay, and for this feature what I'm using is right of the yoke, this toggle switch right here. When you move that around, it as you guys may know, you can actually look around the cockpit. So what you want to do is you got to do this kind of manually. You have to configure a right side view to the front of the instrument panel here, and you want to line them up as best as possible. It's never going to be perfect, but see, like for right here, I can see that my front panel is right here in the cockpit, and I want, since mine is set up this way, I want a side view. So I'm going to scroll over just a little bit, maybe to a side view, maybe something like that. It kind of fits along with two screens on the side. And we essentially have our window. So now all we have to do is, we can't maximize it, so what you have to do is you have to just change the size. Okay, so now we're almost there. So I'm going to change the size here, and all we're doing is sizing it now. So you don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, see how it stretches on this screen? And then it won't look good. So you want to change it just to the break point. Right around there. Now, it's kind of crude, but this is like the best I think we're going to be able to do. As far as the cockpit goes, and you know, once you get to this point, you know, you're never going to be lined up. I mean, look at the top of the instrument panel here is so high, and then when you go over this screen, it's so low. But you can use your adjustments to fix that. You know, it's not, as I said, it's not going to be perfect, but you will be able to do it. You can even lower this instrument panel right here, just like this. Maybe I could lower it down to about right there. So there you have it, guys. That's about the closest. I don't even know it can work that way. Of course, there's a black gap right there. I don't know if you can see it on the runway, but there's a little black gap. But all you have to do is play around with it, and here, let me see if I can stretch this screen out. There we go. So all you have to do is play around with it, and so there you have it. Flight Simulator 2004 multi-screen setup. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let's see, what else? I can't think of anything else right now. I mean, if you wanted to do multiple screens, you can. Actually, I don't think you can, because it's just a spot. Let me see though. Let me see if I can spot one more time for another window. Yes, I can. There it is. So now I've got a third spot. So as I said, repeat the process. Go over the picture, right click, undock, and there we go. Now you can undock it. So now we could change if you want. Let's see. Let's say we want I don't know, an instrument panel or whatever. You know, use your imagination. And again, let's see what else here. I'm sorry guys, I'm kind of doing this as I go along, so I apologize. Okay, now we have our GPS. Let's say you want your GPS on this side, so you can undock your GPS. So just right click, you can undock any of these. So there it is, undocked. Now you can take the window and drag it over here to the side, like so. Covers up the cockpit, but you know, what are you gonna do? So there you have it, guys. Flight Simulator 2004 multi-screen setup. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, rate, comment, and I'll see you guys all around. Take care.